hard work out. Today, Layla was ready to do her moving practice her moving practice on the rails and was going out first. Nert told her all about it and her behaviour as well. It's your moving lesson today, so mind your behaviour, he said. Okay, said Layla, and Layla chuffed away. But Layla was too excited She was ready for her moving session. She moved her wheels along. Then she moved backwards. And she was also ready. Layla saw that the workmen were making some new buffers. Layla was excited to smash them. But Layla remembered something. She jerked her driver off the rails. She jerked her driver and fireman off the rails and was pulling a truck. Layla jerked her driver and fireman off the rails, pulled a truck full of garbage and chuffed away with it. You come back right now, said the driver, but Layla was being naughty and not doing as she was told. She chuffed along the line with the garbage truck. Layla was still being silly, said Layla. She was like a devil, and Layla was still being a very naughty engine. Layla chuffed along while she was not doing as she was told. Her behaviour was making her driver and fireman angry. Just then her behaviour was making her driver and fireman angry, and that means Bert and Nert were not going to be impressed. There was Rosie shunting some tankers when suddenly she didn't look at Layla until too late. There was Layla chuffing cheekily along. The line, and then Rosie's driver said, "Stop, Rosie, stop." Then Rosie did stop, but too late. Layla crashed into the. But it was too late. Layla crashed into the tankers. No, said Rosie. Milk and fuel and oil laid all over her. She looked filthy. Layla, she said, but Layla was still in her naughty behaviour. She drove so fast, then the garbage flew out of the truck and it crashed into Duck. Garbage laid all over Duck, and he was smelly. Get this garbage off me, he said, and Layla was still chuffing along. She was still not doing her moving session, as she was still being so cheeky to the Fat Controller's engines. She was so naughty. And then Layla had the naughty idea. She went back to the same line, and there was her driver and fireman. Right, that's it. We're not letting you out anymore. But Layla wasn't listening. She went the wrong way where the buffers She went the wrong way where the workmen were making the buffers as good as new, until Layla crashed into them. The buffers were smashed. The workmen were cross. You naughty engine, they said. Now it's going to take us an hour. And they were both really cross. Later, Penny arrived to pull her out. Layla was back on the rails, and the Fat Controller was not impressed. I can't stand your behaviour anymore, he said. Why don't you just quit it already? And now on, you are grounded for the rest of the day. Growled Layla. No more of your growling, said the Fat Controller. It's going to cost a lot to mend those buffers, and you are going to the sheds. You can go in and think about what you have done. Yes, sir, said Layla. And then Penny pulled Layla back to Bert and Nert. At the next day, Bert and Nert were so cross with Layla. We're giving you your punishment for what you have done, said Nert. I do not tolerate this. But, said Layla. No buts, said Bert. You can pull trucks for the rest of the day. Said Layla. But at the night time they went to sleep. Layla didn't care about her teachers. She sulked sadly into a siding to sleep. She did not care about them. She was so annoyed, the same as the Fat Controller was so annoyed with her behaviour, and she did not do her lesson properly.